talk a little bit about what I mentioned about your pitching, from 30 yards or so. I've got a pitching wedge, but this could also work for 56, 60, 9-iron, things like that. This is when you want the ball to go up in the air, okay? So your typical wedge setup is to have the ball, the shaft sort of forward like this, and then you get this look, okay? And that is a drill that we did a lot when we worked together to work on basically de-lofting the club, taking loft off of the golf club to maximize our possible distance and lower the ball into the wind. So if I was dealing with a really into the wind, maybe 30-yard pitch shot, I might set up kind of like you are with the shaft really lean forward like this and lead with the hands, and that'll get a lower trajectory. And that's good. If you're in a situation where you want to send the ball up in the air, you want it to go up, you want it to land soft, you want to change your setup a little bit. You want to get where your ball is forward in your stance, okay, with the ball maybe off your lead foot. And what that does is it changes the position of your golf club shaft. Instead of your shaft being like this, it's being more straight up and down. You're going to feel more extension in this wrist, more flexion in this wrist at the start. And then what that does is it loads and unloads closer to that position. So you get the ball going up in the air more. And when you do that, the ball tends to land softer. You can fly it closer to your target. You don't have to say, hey, I want to go 10, 15 yards short of this thing. And so you get a really predictable kind of hit and stop. Just going to show that again. Ball forward. The other thing is you have a tremendous amount of lead shoulder higher. You want to get your shoulders closer to level with this type of technique. Shaft closer to straight up and down. And then everything else is going to be the same. Let this club head hinge and release. And then you add a little bit of your normal pivot and you get that ball going up in the air. And what that does is around the greens, if you're going to hit a real soft shot that's shorter, that can help you a lot with touch. And the other thing you notice is I'm not taking much of a divot here. When I hit these shots, I'm going to have the ball forward, I'm leaning this way, shaft straight up and down, load, unload. And there's really no divot. I'm using the bounce of the golf club. That's sliding. I'm getting the true loft of that golf club, all the loft that's possible. And when I get to a 60 degree or 56 and I really want to hit one high and soft, that's going to become important, because if we take our 56 and we go like this, now we got a 9-iron. So the whole reason that club exists in our bag is so that we can get the maximum amount of rise right off the face. So give this a shot. Overall, I would say the change would be move the shaft closer to straight up and down, allow a little bit more of your head to be forward, this shoulder to be lower, and then really feel like you hinge and unhinge this club earlier. So instead of hinge back and then pull through, it's going to be hinge and unhinge, okay? And you're going to get more of that loft on the ball. This is just if you want the ball up and landing soft. If you want to drive one through the wind or something, keep doing what you're doing. Thanks, and have a great weekend.